Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's that time of year again where I reveal who I'm going to be managing in the next instalment of Football Manager. But before I do that, I know some of you already know, but you know, I'm trying to make a few quid. I've got to build some suspense. Before I reveal who I'm going to be managing in FM2020, it would be remiss of me to fail to mention that you can get it cheap using my discount code through 2Game. It's an affiliate link, but it gets you 10% off their already discounted price, so you can get Football Manager 2020 plus access to the beta when it first comes out. It all works with Steam. You get your code straight away, put it in Steam, it shows up as a pre-order. You can still do all of the normal stuff that you would do to it through Steam, and it works out at less than 30 quid, much cheaper than Steam at the moment, £29.69p as of right now. That code, my 10% discount code with 2Game, is a permanent 10% discount, so it will always be 10% off of whatever their price is. Their price at the moment is super cheap, and with my 10% discount brings it under 30 quid. And like I say, for every one of those that we sell, I get a little bit of a kickback, so it supports the channel as well. So if you want to enter into the world's finest win-win situation where you get your favourite game a little bit cheaper than you would if you bought it anywhere else, and I get a little bit of money to line my pockets to buy more of this junk that's behind me, it's literally win-win for everybody. I would massively appreciate it if you used my link to buy the new game. And if you have, let me know down in the comment. Let's have a little bit of a I used Kev's link party down there. Is that enough of an ad now? Can I get into the meat of the video? Cool. So Football Manager 2020 is on the way, and as you would expect, I'm bringing back Non-League to Legend for, I think this is going to be Non-League to Legend 5. I'm just thinking back over previous Non-League to Legend starting clubs. So we've started with, the first year we started with Boston, then it was Gainsborough, then Alfreton, and last year it was St Albans. And if you're not familiar with how Non-League to Legend works, the general gist is every year I go to the lowest playable league in the vanilla version of the game, lowest playable league, and pick the team closest to my front door that I haven't previously managed. Last year, that team was St Albans, and St Albans is absolutely miles away from where I live. St Albans was 78.8 miles, an hour and a half's drive. I went down there a couple of times. When you sat on the M25 or trying to get into, it's a 2-hour journey to get to St Albans. To give you some context, that was year one. Boston up here. Year two, Gainsborough, little bit further away. And then Alfreton is over here somewhere. I want to say somewhere in this kind of region. I can't even see it. Alfreton's definitely up here somewhere, that kind of region. So again, quite far away, and St Albans miles away. So every year when it comes to the playoffs of the teams that feed into the National League North and South, I am always watching them eagerly, trying to see what teams are in contention for promotion. For the last couple of years, Grantham, Kettering and Kings Lynn have all been in with a chance of getting promoted into the playable leagues, and this year Kings Lynn actually made it. Kings Lynn have been promoted to, I think, is it the National League North? It is the National League North. Kings Lynn have been promoted to the National League North, so we're going to be starting with Kings Lynn, which is just 37 miles away from where I live, or a relatively straightforward 1-hour drive. Kings Lynn is where we're starting Non-League to Legend. Easy peasy, and from there obviously we'll move around club to club the way we always do in that save. It's the big save we do on the channel. It's the thing that I'm known for. If you don't know how Non-League to Legend works, go back and watch the last one. It was awesome. Now, obviously, the other question that I'm expecting to get asked, because I get asked every year, is what else are you going to do, Kev? Because I've kind of set myself this precedent for doing multiple saves, because I'm an idiot. I'm a glutton for punishment. So obviously 2 years ago, we had the situation that kind of created itself with Alfreton and Nuneaton both being the exact same distance from my house. If you don't believe me, there's videos about it. You can check it on Google Maps, but they were exactly the same distance. And we had a little bit of a social media fight. Nuneaton won the fight, and I ended up doing a Road to Glory one club save with Nuneaton alongside Non-League to Legend that started with Alfreton. And it was lots of fun. It created loads of content, 2 videos a day for at least 6 months or so. It was exhausting, but it was fun, and we all enjoyed it. And then I was planning on just doing Non-League to Legend last year, and then the idea for home hit me, and I couldn't not do it because of the pun, because of the idea of managing the lowest club in England in more ways than one. And it was a creator club, and I've always wanted to do one of them, and I kind of ended up doing that. So we had Home running alongside Non-League to Legend, 2 videos a day for ages, and it got to the point both years where I ended up not being able to stream as much, where it became difficult to fit all the videos in, and it was just a lot of work. I know some of you, especially those of you who only know me from this channel, might think, Kev, seriously, 2 20-minute Football Manager videos a day, you're calling that a lot of work? Have you ever tried building a wall or digging a hole? No, I haven't. I acknowledge it's not a lot of physical work, but it is time consuming. And I do obviously have my other channels that I'm working on too and other stuff. So believe me when I say it's a lot of work, and it's something that I just don't think I can do this year. I'm enjoying streaming again. I want to be able to carry on streaming. I'm enjoying what I'm doing on LOLLUJO 2 at the moment with a lot of Minecraft stuff and GeoGuessr and Mario Maker. And I want to be able to carry on with that and maybe expand that. I'd love to be able to do that channel daily. There's just no way I could alongside streaming and 2 videos a day on here. Obviously, I have the daily vlog as well, and that's growing all the time and taking increasing amounts of my time. This is all a very long excuse for why I'm only doing Non-League to Legend this year. And I know some of you will say, but Kev, I preferred Home to Non-League to Legend, or Kev, I preferred Nuneaton to Non-League to Legend, but Kev, Road to Glory are better than Journeyman. And I know that's a lot of people's views, but allow me to show you the stone cold facts behind the decision. I've got episode 1s of my last 4 major series loaded up. So we're going to start back on FM18. This is episode 1 of, look at me, look how young and innocent I look. This is episode 1 of Non-League to Legend from FM18. 191,000 views. That's a lot of views. That's insane. Thank you for those of you who've made that happen. Episode 1 of Backing the Borough, then a Neaton save that came out the very next day. Because one thing people say, we talked about this on the stream, and a lot of people said, but Kev, the reason Non-League to Legend gets more views is because you released that one first. By a day. The very next day we started Backing the Borough, only 51,000 views. 2 identical looking episode 1s. The thumbnails were very similar, but people just prefer Non-League to Legend. Almost 4 times as many people watched episode 1 of Non-League to Legend that year as they did Back in the Borough. Look at the state of me there. My word. I've got my Nuneaton contract behind me as well. What a loser. What a loser. I don't know what's going on with my eye. But 4 times as many people. Even if you forget views and do it on likes. 4.3k likes, 2.8k likes. People preferred Non-League to Legend that year to Back in the Borough. You might think that was a one-off. Yeah, that's one thing, but Home has been brilliant. Well, let's look at this year then. This year, episode 1, Non-League to Legend with St Albans. So far, 151,000 views. Episode 1 of Home, which I grant you was a month later because I needed to get the database, or the FM editor needed to get the database ready. We released it as soon as we could, so there was a little bit of a time lag. But even still, 151,000 views on Non-League to Legend against 67,000 views for episode 1 of Home. It's still more than double the amount of people are giving Non-League to Legend a try. So ultimately, this is my business. It is my livelihood. I would be insane to drop the one that gets 150, 200,000 people trying it out on launch day of the game in favour of the one that's never had more than 67,000 views on an episode 1. It's like binning off 2/3 of my audience, 2/3 to 3/4 of my audience, saying, look, I'm not making anything for you this year. I'm just going to focus on a 1 club save. So I think it's the right thing to do, because Non-League to Legend is the way I've always played the game. The reason that save started is because I always play the game that way. I always did. I like to be as realistic as possible, and 1 club saves just aren't. I mean, you can see from where Home has got to at this point, it's just not realistic anymore. But it's a lot of fun, but it's not realistic anymore. But YouTube is going to be Non-League to Legend. We might do a Road to Glory on Twitch. I'm not going to commit to what I'm doing on Twitch at this stage. I'm not even going to commit to the streaming being on Twitch. You know, I like to flip-flop between Twitch and YouTube, and there's a lot pulling me back to YouTube at the moment. So who knows? I might end up streaming on YouTube when the time comes. But wherever I end up streaming, I'm not going to commit to what that is until I've decided and I'm passionate about something that I'm doing with that. So it's definitely just Non-League to Legend on YouTube at launch. I know the last couple of years it's finished early. It lasts 6 or 7 months usually. There will be another save that happens after it, but it won't be happening at the same time of it. So it'll just be one video per day, non-League to Legend, starting with Kings Lynn. I know it's a little bit less content that I've put out over the last couple of years, but you know, you hear about all this YouTuber burnout stuff. I've got to be careful. I still love doing it at the moment. I don't want to get to the point where I don't. So I want to be a little bit more sensible. I want to be able to carry on streaming. I want to be able to carry on doing the other stuff too. So I hope you understand. I know some of you are going to be a little bit disappointed, but hopefully even more of you are going to be excited that you know non-League to Legend is coming back. You know it's going to be with Kings Lynn, and you know it's going to be awesome. The other question I know people are going to say is, Kev, what's going to be different in FM20? What are the new features? I ain't got a clue. They don't tell me anything. I don't know any of that yet. So obviously, as soon as I find out, I'll be making videos about it and you'll be the first to know. But for now, just know Football Manager 2020 coming out sometime in November. I'm going to be doing non-League to Legend as my only save at the start of Football Manager 2020. I am going to be doing a beta save, having said that, which is going to be Manchester United, because they're the one big club that I've not managed yet in the beta. Or as part of the save, we've done Arsenal, we've done Chelsea, we've done Tottenham, we've done Liverpool, we've done all the other big English teams. We're going to start with Manchester United in the beta, do a season or two with them. But as soon as the main game is out in November, Football Manager 2020, non-League to Legend, Kings Lynn Town as our starting club, and then something else going on streaming, whether that be here on YouTube or on Twitch. I hope that's okay. Give us a thumbs up if you're excited about that. And as well, don't forget to use my link to buy the game for yourself. Then you can play along with me. The link's down in the description below. It gets you 10% off the already discounted price. So you can get FM2020, or FM20, I guess it is. FM20 for £29.69p if you use my link, which is down in the description below, with discount code LOLLUJO. If you've enjoyed that video, or you're just excited for FM20, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for more daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.